What is up, YouTube? I'm DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. As of right now, I was going to go ahead and check out a video that stands out to me because anybody that knows anything about me or watched me do my gameplay videos, which I do stream a lot of gameplay. Right now, I'm actually streaming. Hold on. Right now, I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts. So, if you want to go and check out some Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay, be sure to come over to my Twitch channel, which is Devon_DaVinci, spelled the same way as the channel name. And, you know, come hang with me. I play the game. I chat with the community. You know, just have fun. And I'm a big RPG fan. So if you've come through and watched any of my gameplays, you know that I'm a huge RPG fan. Now, I heard rumors that they were going to be making a Dragon Ball Z RPG. Those rumors were actually very recent. So they must have heard about it like right before it broke. But yeah, I heard that it was going to be a RPG, and I've been dying for a Dragon Ball Z RPG since Attack of Saiyans on, I believe it was on the DS. A game that I play a lot. As a matter of fact, this is the first game that I ever chose as my first Let's Play on YouTube. Back on my DT Productions channel was Dragon Ball Z RPG way back on Super Nintendo called Dragon Ball Z Legend of the Super Saiyan. Anybody that knows anything about that, I'll go ahead and leave some clips at the end of the video with some commentary so you get a glimpse of what the game was like. And hopefully this is an upgraded version of something like that, because I've been dying for an RPG with starring Dragon Ball Z characters and using Dragon Ball Z assets. But let's get into it, see what it has to offer. 2016 Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. 2018 Dragon Ball Fighters. And now 2019 Dragon Ball Z Project Z.
True.
Oh, it's an action RPG. Oh god, I hope it's not like Sagas.
A never-ending search for the ultimate fight.
Please be an actual action RPG. Do not be like Sagas, please.
This is the story of the mysterious Dragon Balls.
Okay. So it looks like it takes place towards the end of Dragon Ball.
Determination.
I saw Gohan there too, which is weird. Okay. Training on King Kai's battle with the Saiyans. The epic beam struggle with Goku and Vegeta, Namek, and Frieza. So if it goes up to the Frieza saga, it'll be just like Legend of the Super Saiyan. It did the same thing. It started off on the Raditz saga
and Hope,
and then moved up to the Super Saiyan and Frieza.
This is the story of Goku, the one they call Kakarot.
Speaking of which, I still gotta do my review of Dragon Ball Super Broly, which is now my favorite Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball movie of all time. It just passed Fusion Reborn for me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably end up getting it on PC because you can mod PC games. At least I'm hoping they'll make it mod friendly. Yeah, I've been looking forward to a Dragon Ball Z RPG for a long time. I'm still on the lookout for an RPG game that I've told you guys about numerous times. It was called Dragon Ball Z Ultimate End. It was a fan-made game on online, or not an online game, but someone made it and you played it online on like a website or something. All the websites are gone. I remember playing it back in like 2002. That's how long ago it was. Back when websites were like a majority of them were made on like Angel Fire, like things like that. Back when people were using Hotmail, like that old. That's how old it was. And Yeah, I remember it was a game. It had some Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger assets to it. It had music from Final Fantasy. It had sprites and especially overworld sprites from Chrono Trigger. But it used sprites from Dragon Ball Z games from Super Nintendo as character sprites. So if you know anything about the Super Batuden games, like Super Batuden 1, 2, and 3, it used sprites from those three games. The game was, it wasn't necessarily based on experience and things like that. It was based more on power level. So you beat somebody, your power level got a little bit higher, and the higher your power level got, the more your attacks would do and things like that. So you would constantly try to fight people, and you would constantly try to make yourself stronger. And I remember it had like a really huge difficulty curve, because like you would be fighting someone, and then right when you get strong enough to beat everybody in the area, the same enemies in the exact same area will all of a sudden just jump and become like 10 times stronger than you. And there's no warning to it. You'll just be fighting someone, you'll beat them one hit, and then you'll jump into a fight, jump into the same fight against somebody else, and then they'll kill you so much. They'll kill you so bad that your HP will hit negative. Like that's how hard they'll hit you. So I've been looking for that game for the longest. It's called Ultimate End. If anybody knows anything about it, be sure to leave something in the comment section, because I've been looking for it for years. Like I said, the game that I was talking about, Dragon Ball Z Legend of the Super Saiyan, it wasn't necessarily an action RPG. It was more so an RPG. It used cards for attacks and things like that. Like the higher the card, the more the attack did. It had special cards, like cards that you could use to do special attacks like Kamehameha and things like that. It had fun music for me. I remember the music stood out. It was interesting because you could it was the first time that I remember that you could fly around the Dragon Ball Z world. I know Dragon Ball Z had games on the original Nintendo also, and they probably had some type of thing that lets you explore the world also. But this was the first time I remember actually flying around the Dragon Ball Z world, and it just felt good. Like it was something that you never really experienced before. Because up until this point, the only Dragon Ball Z games that I knew about were fighting games. The Super Batuden games on Super Nintendo were fighting games. The games that released on PlayStation, Final Bout was a fighting game. Ultimate Battle 22 was a fighting game. Dragon Ball Z Legends was a great-ass game, though. It was still a fighting game, but they did have a unique way of doing it. One day I'm going to have to do some type of playthrough of that as well. That was a game that... It was the first game that got me into international, like, imports. Like, I went and got... I forgot what the device was called, but it was a device you got for your original PlayStation. You plugged it into the back of the system, and then it came with a spring. You would put the spring inside of this little like spike at the back of the case's lid, the system's lid, and the spike would normally push down a button that would allow the CD to spin and play, but you put a spring in there so the button's always pushed down even when the lid is open, and that would allow you to like switch an American game with the Japanese game, and the system would still think you're playing an American game or something like that, so it wouldn't cause any issues. Yeah, we went through a lot to try to play games from other regions. So everybody nowadays that's been playing like PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 games, be grateful. You don't have to go through all these extra steps to play Japanese games. So be happy, goddammit. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this game. I hope you guys are as well. I'm hoping this game is going to be just as big and diverse as I hope it is. I'm hoping it's going to have, like, I hope it makes you feel like you're in a Dragon Ball Z game. Like, it gives you that sense of power. I want to see entire open worlds, like the entire world of Dragon Ball. Like, a more in-depth version of Dragon Ball Budokai 3's world map where you could fly around and stuff. I want something more in depth than that, like something big, like a Skyrim sized game that would allow you to fly around. I want indestructible environments. I want all that. I want destructible environments that scale based on your strength. So when you're playing in the Dragon Ball era, you can throw a fireball that could probably blow up the side of a mountain. When I get to the Frieza saga, I want explosions that leave craters in the earth. Like, it doesn't have to be permanent. It could be like what they do on Budokai Tenkaichi or on the Xenoverse games where you make a crater and then over time it just evaporates. But I want something that shows that I'm getting stronger and the environment can verify that. But anyway, that's my opinion. I hope if you guys have any opinions about this game, leave it in the comments section down below. I look forward to seeing what you guys got to say. If you remember any of the games that I mentioned, whether it was the online Flash game I mentioned, Ultimate End, or if it was the PlayStation games or the Legend of the Super Saiyan, or any of those, be sure to leave comments down below to let me know what memories you may have of them, or just anything, any type of meaningful moments you might have got from them games. But that's pretty much it. I am DaVinci, and you have just been a little bit more enlightened. So I look forward to seeing you guys on my next video. But until then, I'm going to give you the deuces, and I'm signing out. So deuces.